Greetings, and welcome to my channel. I'm the Anunnaki Theorist. I have to put this video out. This is not the video that I would normally be doing. I only do one a month. But because this is so big right now in the news, I have to kind of play a little bit of devil's advocate. Now, I'm a believer. So when I'm bringing this up, I'm actually trying to show what could possibly be going on here. This could be a form of a psyops. Okay, we're hoping that David Grush is the next Bob Lazar. Okay, those that know Bob Lazar, or if you're in the UFO community, UAP community, whatever, Mr. Lazar, he was the first one to tell us about Area 51. I mean, this was at a time when Area 51 was not known, and even if somebody brought it up, the U.S. government denied it. And then, of course, it has come out that, yes, Area 51 exists. Okay, so Mr. Lazar, he did that. He's also supposed to have been on a UFO flying saucer, whatever, back engineering program. Okay? So, I mean, and this is one of the things that, you know, David Grush is sitting there saying, is that we have a crash recovery or retrieval team, that the United States government has this. Now, there's one thing that I have to point out, and this goes into the whole idea of deep state or shadow government, or, you know, anything along those lines. Mainstream science, even the government itself, is kept out of the loop. There are things going on in the background. I mean, way in the background. And this could be said that it was started with President Truman when he allegedly created the Majestic 12, or as it became known, Magic 12, and now it would be classified as MJ 12. Supposedly this never even existed, or if it did, it has been dissolved. I don't think so. I think it is still in existence. And this is something, they have complete autonomy. They don't report to the U.S. government. They don't report to the U.S. military. Okay, they probably recruit from within the military, and they recruit scientists that aren't the top of the line. Because think about this. If you were to take a top of the line friggin' physicist, or engineer, or some kind of a scientist, or you know, anything along those lines, if you were to take the top of the line, then they would be missed if they suddenly disappeared. So they're not going to recruit from top of the line. They're going to go from those individuals who, yeah, they know their stuff, but they're not exactly, you know, in the public eye. Okay? So that's the reason why mainstream science is not kept in the loop here. All right? But anyway, so we're kind of hoping that this David Grush is the next Bob Lazar, or the next Paul Hellyer, former Canadian defense minister, that came out and said, yes, we know about extraterrestrials. We know that they have spacecraft. Or Hayam Eshed, former Israeli defense minister, who has also come out and said the exact same thing. Okay, so here we have high-level people coming out and saying, oh, yeah. Now, with Hellyer and Eshed, they put out books. Okay, so it has kind of been somewhat debunked. The whole idea that the reason why they came out is to, you know, try to promote their books. All right, but then when we got David Grush, and he's supposed to be a high-level intelligence intelligence operative for the, he's a former, but of the UAP task force. Okay, so here we have someone who is not only high level, but he's also supposed to be in the know because of what he was doing. Okay, here's where I'm playing devil's advocate. If Magic 12 or some other shadowy organization wants to shut down the whole idea of UFO investigation completely, they want people to stop thinking about this. You feed disinformation to someone who is as high level as what David Grush was. Give him all this information, because this is one thing that we have to understand. He does not have first-hand knowledge of these things. He's never seen the UAPs. He's never seen, any of the quote-unquote evidence. This was given to him. He was briefed, or he was confided in by other people that supposedly knew these things. Okay? So he was being fed information. Now, I'm going to use a pop culture reference. You know how I like to do that. I'm a Star Trek fan. Star Trek The Next Generation had an episode called The Defector. Come to find out, we had a high-level Romulan, Admiral Jarok, who was supposedly given information. He was allowed to see what looked like the buildup of an invasion. Now you had the neutral zone, and in the neutral zone you had a planet called Nirvana 3. And this is supposed to be where this invasion was going to be set up. Now the thing is about the Romulans do not instigate. They don't initiate. They react. They'll do things, they'll engineer things in the background, and then they will react to somebody's decisions. They will react to someone's going and trying to figure things out. And that's what we had. We had the Enterprise go into the neutral zone, and they were immediately fired upon by a cloaked warbird commanded by Commander Tomalak. Okay, I'm not going to go too much into that. But what we got here is we've got someone who was fed information, false information, disinformation, in order to try to provoke a war. Now with the David Grush thing, he's a high-level operative. If he was fed this information, and then when Congress, because that's what's going to happen next, Congress is coming together, they're going to have a congressional hearing. They want to see the proof that this individual has given. And he's going to tell them, okay, well, here's the location of where the craft are being held, and these are the people that are involved, and this is the name of the organization. And Congress is going to do an investigation. They're going to look into these individuals that he talks about. They're going to look into the organization that he supposedly is talking about. They're going to want to go to the place where these craft are being held, and they're not going to find anything. And what this is going to do in the minds of the people is they're going to be saying, well, if this high-level operative was lied to, or he was lying himself, maybe this whole idea of the UAPs and things like that just doesn't exist. It's all delusion. It's all a lie. And so everybody will stop trying to investigate, trying to open their minds to the idea that we're not alone. They'll go back to the way things were prior to the release of these videos from the Pentagon showing these UAPs. That's what I'm afraid is happening. I just wanted to let everybody know That way, we're not surprised if it does come out. Like I said, I want him to be the next Bob Lazar. But if it does come out and the UAP investigations are shut down, this is the reason why. I'm the Anunnaki theorist. Enjoy.